Good morning, students. The theme of today's lesson is main terminology and its use. Today we will discuss about what is terminology and about two groups of terminology, and we will discuss about some methods of forming the terms. Okay, the first question is, what is terminology? Terminology is a set of terms of a certain branch of knowledge or production, as well as the doctrine of the formation, composition, and functioning of terms. The subject of the general theory of terminology is the study of the formation and use of special words with the help of which knowledge accumulated by humanity is accumulated and transmitted. Improvement of existing terminological systems, search for optimal ways to create new terms and their systems, searches for universal features characteristic of terminologies of different fields of knowledge. The word term became from Latin. It means border, limit, and etc. The term is a special word or phrase adopted in a certain professional field and used in special conditions. The term is a verbal designation of a concept included in the system of concepts of a certain field of professional knowledge. Terminology, as a combination of terms, constitutes an autonomous sector of a national language closely associated with professional activities. The terms of each branch of science, technology, and production from their own systems, which are determined, first of all, by the conceptual connections of professional knowledge, while striving to express these connections using linguistic means. Okay, the next question, according to our plan of today's lesson, is about two groups of terminology. The first group is general scientific, which includes analysis, thesis, problems, processes, and etc. And the next group is highly specialized. It is only for a certain field of knowledge. The terminology, according to the first group, the terminology provides informational understanding at the national and international levels, the compatibility of legislative and regulatory documents. And next group is, in addition to terms, the language of the specialty uses words related to the profession, occupation of speakers. I mean, professionalism. And some words about specific features of the term. It includes systematic, the presence of definition, unambiguity, stylistic neutrality, lack of expression, and simplicity. One of the requirements for the terms is its modernity. Outdated terms are replaced by new terms. The term can be international or close to the terms that are created and used in other languages. Communication, hypothesis, business, technology, and etc. Yes? The term may include international word formation elements, such as anti, bio, micro, macro, extra, neo, maxi, mini, and etc. Okay, some words about forming the terms. I mean, the methods of forming the terms. They are certainly different. The first one is such a method of terminization of existing words in the language is a transition of non-terms into terms. For example, the word signal in information theory becomes a term for a changing physical quantity that displays messages. Next method of terminization of phrases is the formation of a term from phrases, the components of which can be commonly used words. For example, elementary particles, starting device, chain reaction, negative charge, laboratory equipment, and etc. And the third method of compounding is the formation of a term by adding the basics. For example, a nuclear-powered ship, crank, reinforced concrete, fiberglass, sound insulation, and etc. The fourth method is method of joining foreign language elements. The term is formed using borrowed prefixes and suffixes, often of Latin and Greek origin, such as air, auto, bio, de, dis, ism, Asian, and etc. For example, asymmetry, imbalance, devaluation, derivation, concentration, deformation, mechanism, vulcanization, automatism, and etc. And the fifth method is by directly borrowing a term from another language. For example, from English, computer, display, file, interface, printer. From German, cable, standard, barcode, portal. From French, new relays, model, Magen, ramp. From Greek and Latin, projector, program, progress, operator, and etc. Okay, I'm sure that who understand the information about terminology certainly can answer to these questions. The first question is, what is terminology? And what is term? Okay, how many groups has the terminology? For these three questions, you may answer as at home as your homework. And certainly we will do our exercises. Okay? If you are ready, you may answer to these questions at first orally. Are there anybody who can answer to these questions? Now, let's continue.